How y'all doing? Good. It's going to be a little tough for me tonight. My first year at NC State, Chris was a senior on the baseball team that I came to coach. And we developed a relationship with Bob that year. It's lasted forever. And it's for many reasons. We both grew up loving NC State as kids. He's loved it his whole life. So have I. Then I got to coach him his senior year. Alex Wallace is here tonight. And Alex would know something about that because Alex and I had a chance to coach together 1 year. But it was special. But anyway, 2 months ago, he called me. He said, Elliott, he said, I'm going to speak to this foundation and I want to tell you about it. And I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can speak clearly enough where they'll understand. And he said, I don't know if you'll go. Of course, I was honored. It's, who would ask you to do something that's special for them? It just made me feel how close I was to him. And I know I am, but it just felt that bond closer together. And then this morning, his wife, who you'll have these great name tags, and I got confused when I came in this nice number. She was right there. Anyway, so many nice people here tonight. Matter of fact, could y'all please, I know you probably fed you, hold on a second, can everybody stand up and just look around the room at each other? I've met a lot of nice people here tonight, but y'all are very special. Can everybody stand and look around each other and give y'all some applause? Gina, Chris's wife, I had the name tag. I tell stories. By the way, I'm going to cut this off. I promised Sarah. I said, Sarah, how long do I have? And she said, try to keep it under an hour and a half. And for those people who have ever known me, Alex is probably the only one in the room that knows me. But my mama thought I was going to be a Baptist preacher because I like to talk and I like fried chicken. I could have been a Baptist preacher except this joke I told her one time, which if y'all wanted to share with you, but after that joke, she said no way. It was about Conway Twitty. Y'all probably know who Conway Twitty is, so I'll just leave that joke alone, but it's a funny joke. But anyways, I'll put this timer on. Sarah gave me 20 minutes, and that's hard for me. I talk a lot. And by the way, thanks for the bone-in chicken. It wasn't fried, but it was pretty doggone good. Chicken with a bone has something to say about it, I'm going to tell you. It's better than the little fillets they give you. But anyhow, Gina, Chris's beautiful wife, called me this morning about 9 o'clock. We've done a lot of things together since they diagnosed Chris in May of 2016. We've done a lot of things together. And she is like, on my hero card tonight, I got my daddy, because I love my daddy. I wouldn't see him yesterday, he's 90 years old, he's struggling. But my daddy's everything to me. So anyway, my daddy's one of my heroes. But Gina, I thought about putting Chris, but it isn't Chris. Chris is living with something that he has to live with and cope with. And he and I talked today at length about what he wanted me to say tonight. But Gina's my hero. And so many of y'all out there were heroes. Yeah. She's got to be the rock. You know, Chris can. I haven't seen him complain yet, I haven't seen him cry, and I'm sure he does, but Gina called me this morning at like 9 o'clock and she was almost in tears. And she said, Elliott, she said, I know Chris asked you to go speak, and he's arguing with me that he wants to go with you tonight. Elliott, he can't come. He's tired, he's weak, he's got this cough, he's coughing constantly. He coughs so much he threw his back out, he's struggling. And he's arguing with me that he needs to go tonight. I need you to talk him out. So I went to Chris's house and took a pecan pie. He likes pecan pie. Took him a pecan pie. We talked about an hour. And I talked about it coming tonight. I promised him I wouldn't embarrass him too much. And he struggled. But Gina Combs is my hero. This is the first time I've ever seen her voice crack when she called this morning. We went to New York City 2 weeks ago. Chris wanted to go see Zach Brown band at the Mets Stadium. We went to Yankee Stadium. We like Zach Brown. We went to Yankee Stadium the next day to see the Yankees game. We went to the Bahamas 2 summers ago. We're doing as much stuff as we can. And I'm kind of a chicken, but It was really funny. We're on top. We're this place, the Atlantis or something. I don't know what it's called. Where you go through a shark tank. You know? And I'm like, Chris, I can't do this. He said, Elliott, that girl's 4 years old. She's getting ready to go. I said, yes, she knows what she's doing. I do. You know what I'm saying? But how are you going to tell Chris Combs that she can't go through a shark tank with us? I did. And we've done a lot of things together. And Gina has been phenomenal. And this morning I saw her break. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. And but I'm honored to be here tonight. I'm honored to meet some of the people I've seen. And speaking about being a Baptist preacher, for I think it was Jane Custer, if I got the names wrong, Betty Custer, and maybe Joan Martin. You know, some of the people I've met here tonight, I think it's Joan right there, but we sang a rendition of the old rugged cross that would make you cry, I will tell you. So my mama might have had it right, maybe I did, or maybe I could have been a Baptist preacher. Anyway, so I don't want to get too serious tonight because I do think I'll break down a little bit. Chris is very, very special to me. He got diagnosed in 2016. Started out the year before. The year before in November, he wasn't feeling really good, but didn't know what it was. And then the ACC tournament, all y'all know about ACC basketball. ACC tournament in D.C., he couldn't button buttons to his shirt. And when he got in bed that weekend, he felt some twitching in his arm. So when he got back, they said it was an autoimmune disease, and he went here, went there, whatever. Finally, ironically, as fate sometimes does have it wrong, but fate does have it. You all may know if you follow baseball, and I'm sure Robert Taylor does. I met Robert Taylor tonight. You're fabulous. I will put this baseball card on my desk tomorrow morning. He played 29 in baseball game. I played 27 in a baseball game one time. If you've ever done that, it's something special. But anyway, Robert, Chris's dad's best friend is Jim Catfish Hunt, who pitched in the big leagues for the Yankees and succumbed to Lou Gehrig's disease. And so, baseball and Lou Gehrig's disease, ALS, has a kind of special connection. And so Chris was diagnosed in Phoenix as having autoimmune disease. Then he went to see Jimmy's Catfish Hunt's wife called Francis. Chris went to see Catfish's doctor, John Hopkins. He says, that's the first time he was diagnosed with ALS. And so he's gone to Columbia, he's gone to Mass. General in Boston, he's gone to a lot of places, and Duke. And he's learning how to deal with what everyone in this room has dealt with loved ones and husbands and wives. I'm sitting at a table right now with just wonderful people. I didn't remember the names because my assistant coaches say I'm going senile. I think I can't remember names. I remember every phone number I've ever called. I just can't remember anybody's name. And some wonderful people here, and y'all know what I'm talking about. Chris, I asked him, and I said, Chris, what do you want me to say? I said, how do you feel? We don't talk about a lot of stuff. When we go to places, Zach Brown and stuff, we just try to have fun. So we don't talk serious too much. But it was just me and him. I went there and said, Chris, you're not going with me tonight. I'm going by myself. I'm not going to let you go. Doesn't make any sense. It's going to wear you out. And I said, well, what do you want me to convey? And he said, Elliott, he said, I want you to convey that I said, you still think you're going to get a cure, don't you? Because there's this thing coming out in January that Gina has convinced me is going to, if the scientists can figure it all out, it's going to help. And one day, whether it's a cure for Chris Combs, or whether it's a cure for someone in this room, Robert Taylor, whoever, they still fight every day. And he says, it's that hope we hold on to, and I won't be at peace until that cure. He says, I want you to talk about teamwork. He said, because you're going tonight to talk about the foundation, which I understand is it's unique, it's one in the country. No one is like y'all, y'all are unique, okay? You all serve 20, 25 families and have people on a waiting list of who you help with care. As I understand from Joe Martin, it was his vision because he had the means for people to take care of him and loved ones to take care of him, but he knew there was someone out there that didn't have that available. It was his dream to have this happen. And now this dream is a reality, and y'all are one of a kind, and it's unbelievable what y'all do. And tonight you're trying to raise $150,000 so you can make it easier for the families that have to suffer so much so they can have some joy and some peace. And he said, Elliott, if you can get that across, and I go to Columbia, I go to Mass Mutual, and I'm looking for a cure, I'm looking for research. We have this gala in September, I think it's the 28th, where we're going to go to the Umstead in Raleigh. We've raised $1 million the last 2 years, and we'll raise over $1 million this year. And that's for research. But what y'all do is so vitally important too. It all works together. It's like I try to tell my players. We started class yesterday. Our first team meeting was Tuesday. I had my second team meeting Wednesday. That's how bad we are, I'm telling you. After the first team meeting, I knew we were terrible, okay? So I had enough. There's an old adage in sports. Meetings are bad, practice is good. We're meeting right now, so you don't bet on NC State this year, okay? And I'm sure a lot of you Carolina folks ain't going to do that anyway. Okay? And I may want to talk to Governor Martin. I don't want to Governor Martin here tonight, but I want to talk to him later about something else. I won't bring that up right now. But anyway, I just want to tell you that this is such a privilege to be here because of what y'all do. When I first went to NC State, it was, God, I don't know how long ago, I've been coaching college for 38 years. I've been a head coach for 31 years. And, but I was a grunt for Jimmy V. You know, Valvano could talk. We all know Jimmy got cancer, but Jimmy, I was his like chauffeur, his gopher, whatever he wanted. Take my family to the airport, take my laundry to the cleaners, whatever Jimmy wanted, I did. And for that, I got to sit there and listen to all his wisdom and stuff. And I remember when Jimmy gave his speech on the ESPYs and stuff, and he said, this may not cure me, but it's going to cure somebody out there. And when I left Chris Combs' house this morning, he said, Elliott, one day I want the peace that there's going to be a cure for this dreaded disease. So people like mine, not me, he didn't say me. I talked to Joan Martin. She said her husband never once felt sorry for himself through the whole time. It ain't about him. I don't want my family to go through this. He's got 3 wonderful kids. They're 5, 7, and 11. He said, I don't want them to go through this. I don't want my wife to go through this. So what research does, what y'all do, is such amazing. And that's what Jimmy said in that speech one day. One day, there's going to be a cure for this dreaded disease. So just every day that you wake up, understand what an importance that y'all play in the lives of people. And he said, one day when I wake up, I'm going to have that peace that whether my time here on earth is saved or not, somebody's is going to be. And what y'all do tonight makes families like his have hope to keep this research going that we're going to beat this thing. And I want to tell something. It's a true story. I asked Sarah. I think I bothered Sarah a little bit. I said, Sarah, who am I talking to? What are you talking about? What can I say? Mixed company, what can I say? I said, Sarah, can I use one word? She said, what's the word? I told her. She said, ooh, I don't know if you can use that or not. But Sarah, if you want to leave, I'm going to use it anyway. You can see where I'm at. Usually I speak for a long time. When I know I've spoken to, it's like 31 tables, I think she told me tonight. Usually when I've spoken too long, it's like 5 tables left. Okay? And some of them rode with me and some are family, so I know when I've spoken too long. But I do want to tell you, I can't emphasize enough, and I mingled a lot tonight, and I met a lot of wonderful people. And what y'all do, I mean, I don't know how you feel about yourself, but I hope you feel good, because you made me feel good tonight. And I tell you, and the way y'all made me feel like y'all offered me to stay at some mansion tonight, a Duke mansion or something like that. And I regret not doing it, because I heard it stuff. I called a buddy of mine on the way down here, Billy Klotz, and I said, Billy, I have a chance to stay at Duke mansion. He said, you didn't say? I said, no. I said, I usually, you know, I like to wake up where I'm from, so I like to wake up and then I drop pretty good at night. He said, you should have stayed there. So I regret not staying there, but y'all have treated me wonderful, and I just want to let you know that everything you do. That video tonight, matter of fact, I think the lady I'm sitting with, I think her husband may have had a lot to do with that camp that you started, and just everything you do. Like I said, I go see his kids all the time, especially Christopher. He's 5 years old. He looks just like Chris. Like I said, I coach Chris in college. Let me tell you about Chris Combs a little bit. He was a senior, 6'8", 240 pounds. He's a strapping man. Look at me, okay? But we did a lot of high fives. Alex can attest to this. Alex played for Ray Tanner. Ray was like, what was that guy's name in Gomer Powell? Sergeant Carter. He was like Sergeant Carter, right? I came in, I was kind of like happy-go-lucky, whatever. The players loved me, right? So as Chris' senior year, we had a great year. We won 43 games, had a great year. And me and Chris both loved NC State basketball. We had a little shed there right behind first base. And we were playing the game during the ACC tournament one time. And Chris ran in from right field, and we made eye contact. I said, yeah, it's okay. He went there to check the score of the basketball game. He came by me when he got ready to hit it. He said, Coach, we're up by 6 with 3 minutes to go. I said, that's good. That's how things were back there, okay? So to see where he went, and a shy kid, he went to every football game. He loved NC State. He loved sports. He loved teammates. He loved family. He played 4 years with the Pittsburgh Pirates. He was the best hitter, one of the best hitters I ever had. He could hit the ball so far you wouldn't believe it. We were down 7 to, I think, 3 to Carolina one day. He hit a home run, must have been like 475 feet. It was a mammoth blast. Only a 2-run homer. We were still down 2, but Carolina quit. It was hit so far. At that point, they were so all they quit. They really did. We won 9-7. And then I made a mistake of pitching him one day. He threw 96 miles an hour. Pittsburgh drafted him as a pitcher. He played 4 years professionally. He came back, very shy man. And he wound up working for the Wolfpack Club, the Booster Club, the Rams Club, the Deacon Club. He wound up working for the Booster Club for NC State. And I see him go out and give speeches now, and he's unbelievable. I wish he was here tonight. And I said, Chris, I got to talk about what it's like to deal with ALS. But all you guys know what it's like to deal with ALS. I don't need to tell you that. You watched it. You shared it. You shared in his joy. You shared in his misery. You did it all. But the fact that he can't be here tonight tells you a little something about his journey. But he has never complained. And he said thank y'all tonight on his behalf. And he fought me to be here tonight. I said, Chris, you can't go. We just can't do it tonight. I said, but I promise you, I will get across your point about you'll be at peace when we keep working hard enough together as a team, the team on research, the team here, that allows the families to still have joy and sing songs and smile and laughter and happiness. We'll still have that. And now, Sarah, wherever you're at, you might want to leave. I'm going to tell my story. Okay? And the reason, there you go, Sarah. The reason I'm going to tell it is because it's actually apropos. It's baseball, which I love. So does Robert Taylor. So do many people. It was a sport it was America's pastime back then. Football's taken over a little bit, but it will always be America's pastime to me. That's what every kid did. Man, woman, child, everybody. Ladies kept box scores. Everybody participated in baseball. It was America's pastime. It's the only thing you ever played when you had time away from work. And I think next year, I could be wrong, I think next year in July is going to be the 50th anniversary. And when I was a kid, I was born in 1957. So in 1969, when the first man walked on the moon, that was very big for us. Whether it was right or wrong, I don't know. I don't get into politics. Everybody else does. I hate it. Governor Martin, I hate politics. Y'all can have it. Nobody gets along. But anyway, in 1969, we walked on the moon. Neil Armstrong. I think next year is the 50th anniversary. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. We were fighting the Russians at the time, the Cold War. Who's going to get to the moon first? It was almost like a foot race, whether it was based on what we should do or not. It was kind of a competitive spirit, which we know America and all people have a competitive spirit. And that's what you need as you fight this ALS disease, is a competitive spirit. So, there's a movie coming out in October about Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin and their historic trip to the moon. And I don't know whether this is is going to be a part of the movie or not, but it's true. Okay? Sarah's true. That's why I'm going to tell you. You can say something if it's true. Okay? All right? And Chris asked me, he said, Coach, he said, please portray, thank you for what you do. It means a lot. His dad comes by every morning to shower him and button his shirts and feed him and that kind of stuff. Please portray how important is what they do. And I won't have peace until this happens. But, so you need to dream, you need to wish. Well, here's something that's a true story. Neil Armstrong playing wiffle ball in his backyard. We all did it. The batter, Neil was pitching, the batter hit the wiffle ball in the neighbor's backyard. Okay? That's the first part of the story. All right, when he goes to the moon, he gets off, he says the famous statement, he goes back on the lander, and he says, good luck, Mr. Gorski. Good luck, Mr. Gorski. Everybody says, for 15 years, they interviewed Neil Armstrong. Who is Mr. Gorski? Was it a Russian cosmonaut that you were in competition with to try to get to the moon first? He would never say, I can't talk about it. Finally, I think like in 1995, Mr. Gorski had passed away, so he said, I'll finally, out of respect to him, I'll finally share this story. I was playing wiffle ball when I was a child. The ball was in the neighbor's backyard. I went there to get it. And I heard a lady say, it was the Gorski's backyard now, sex, we'll have sex when the boy next door walks on the moon. Teamwork, and we can do amazing things. And this is about heroes tonight. I told you on my card. On my card is my daddy and his Gina Combs, Chris's wife. There are many heroes. You know, when we grew up, my hero was Mickey Mantle. I was a baseball player. Thought I was. Too short, not athletic. In my heart, I was a baseball player. I just wasn't good enough. But Mickey Mantle was my hero. I've had many heroes. We watch cartoons. I tell Chris Combs all the time, if you get Christopher to watch Roy Rogers, okay, Tarzan, I'm telling you, if he watches the shows I watched when I grew up, he'll turn out okay. I'm telling you, I don't know what's happened to the world today, but you got to stick with that stuff. And I remember Roy Rogers. I'll leave you with this. There's a couple things. Roy Rogers used to always say at the end of the show, he'd say, good night, good luck, and may the good Lord take a liking to you. And I hope the good Lord will take a liking to Chris Combs. I hope the good Lord will take a liking to everyone in this room and all the joys you've had, all the setbacks, all the times you've had to reflect and think, all the strength you've had to pull from everybody in your family and from yourself and from your faith. And all I can tell you is I love Chris Combs. And that prayer tonight, by the way, who did the prayer tonight? Fabulous. Fabulous. It was really special. It was different. It was unique, much like this group is. And some names were called out. So I love Chris Combs. And I'm sure as you're sitting there tonight, you can say, yes, I love so-and-so, and I love so-and-so. I love Chris Combs. But I hit my knees tonight when I get back to Raleigh. I'm going to ask God to love Chris Combs. And when you hit your knees tonight, will you ask God to love the people that mean a lot to you? And thank you all very much, and God bless you.